Hello all. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have started with the lighting part over here for this small interior over here. So what we'll be doing over here is like we have uh, generated some output over here. Let's just render and see over here how it looks like. So definitely over here, if you see this, we have just assigned a GI over here. That's your global illumination. So if you want, we can just assign one HDRI map over here. We'll be just assigning HDRI map. Just a sec. So we'll be just assigning a HDRI map. Before that, let me just download one HDRI map. Alright. So we'll be just taking one HDRI image over here. Let's take one HDRI image over here. We'll just put in that. So let's go into that. Go into rendering, the render setup. Over here into the Vray section, if you want, into the environment. We can go into this and go into that, and let's just set a HDRI over here. Now looks much better. So we have just set a environment in the HDRI part. We can use that. And if it is required, what we'll be doing over here is like we'll be also increasing the intensity of this light a bit, that is 0.08. We'll go down. We'll be increasing its resolution for that 1024. Select this light, go down over here. Filter color, if you want that it should be more towards the yellowish, so you can go with that also. Color, not a problem. And let's just render and see how it looks like. Let's render it. So we have not increased the sampling yet over here. We haven't not worked yet on the noise part. We can work on that also. So it's rendering fast. Much better. So you can just go into this. First will be selecting this and increase its intensity of light over here. After that, let's go into rendering, render setup, go into this Vray, noise threshold 0.001. Let's render and see how it looks like now. Now looks much better. Now over here, what I can do over here is like, we'll be using local subdivisions. If I increase this local subdivisions to 5 over here, samples as 32 over here, definitely it will increase it. And also with the texture part, you can just go into the materials. If you go into the material, you have some option over here, that's the subdivisions. You can just increase it, but it will increase a render time over here. If you increase the subdivisions for it, it will definitely increase the render time. So let's go down. Alright, so let's render it. Much better. So it's rendering it. I think there's a lot of reflection over here. We need to see this part. We need to work on that. Hope so it is totally on the ground. So we have already given a bit of bump over there on the walls. Okay, we'll come to that. So now what we'll be doing over here is like, let's go into this helpers, atmospheric apparatus, and let's take a box gizmo. So I'll be taking a gizmo over here till this area for environment. So let's take a box gizmo over here. So now what we'll be doing over here is like, we'll be selecting this gizmo. Let's go into that. We'll add something into it. Let's add a Vray environmental fog and click OK. So do add a Vray environmental fog and just click OK. After that, what we can do over here is like, select this light. Let's go into rendering, environment, and we have already added a Vray environmental fog over here. So let's make some changes over here into the environmental fog. So let's do it. So very first of all, we'll just increase its fog distance over here. We'll increase the scatter bounds and subdivisions. We can increase the subdivisions to 24. We'll increase it to step as 5, and your texture samples we are going to increase to 20 over here. And go down, we have one option over here, that's effect GI. We can just deactivate that option over here, effect GI, and one more thing, add this light over here. So once you're done, now let's press C, let's go into that and let's just render it. If you're not able to see the fog, we'll be again one more time we'll be taking this. So let's again go into rendering environment and let's add one more Vray environmental fog over here and let's change its settings over here. So we'll be changing its settings to fog height, subdivisions, again go into the environment, this the second environmental fog, just give a light color to it. And let's render it. Okay, it's very high, we can reduce that stuff over here. So the fog should be a bit lesser, not much. Or we'll increase it. Yeah, much better. Still will increase it. So if you want in that particular area only, we can go with that also. So we can just select that area where you just want the fog to come up. Just define the area. Just define the area. That's it. And let's see how it looks like. Alright. So in the other Vray environmental fog, we'll just change the color. Still we can increase its fog distance. Looks much better, but still looks very high. Okay. Think much better. So just let it render. Alright. So just save your file. We'll see the output in the coming session. So thanks for watching this tutorial.